All right, so all praises to Yahweh. So we'll talk about, well, the title I chose was the Forgotten Pillar, Restoring the Role of Fathers in a Broken Society. So again, it's the Forgotten Pillar, Restoring the Role of Fathers in a Broken Society. Again, we say Shabbat Shalom to everyone, and thank you for joining us. In this Shabbat day of July 14, we're diving into a topic that's rarely spoken about. June 14. Thank you. We're diving into a topic that's rarely spoken about. The decline of honor, respect, and appreciation for men, especially fathers in today's society. We live in a world that celebrates Mother's Day with luxury and reverence, yet Father's Day comes around, it is often reduced to socks, jokes, and barbecues and silence. But this isn't just about gifts, it's about value. Now, before we go on this question, we do not adhere to no such thing as Father's Day. But we couldn't help observe how the society treat fathers. The truth is, when fathers are missing, communities collapse. When men are broken, direction is lost. And when manhood is mocked, families suffer. The Most High have a divine design, and the Bible is clear about the critical role of a father in the home, in raising children, in spiritual leadership, and in building legacy. In this session, we are going to explore what happens when fathers are absent, what the word of the Most High say about the roles and duty of a man, and how we can begin to restore manhood, respect men, and strengthen families. Furthermore, we'll speak about how wives and children are called to support, honor, and stand with fathers. Not just when it's easy, but because it's the right thing to do. So if you're tired of the silence around the struggle of men, if you believe that fathers matters, if you're ready for truth that build, not just complaints, you're in the right place, and welcome to GYC community. Before we go deep in our lesson, we want to start a very basic statistics about fathers. Bring me that picture, my brother, right there, under display. But as he's working on that, we have to say household statistics, that's 2024. It says 63% of US children live with both biological parents. Fathers absent, that's overall, every people, okay? But fathers absent households, 23% of US children live in homes without biological step or adopted father. Single mother households, 80% of father absent homes are led by single mothers. So you got this? Okay, Khan. So as we can see, now this one was just for United States and every race and peoples. But this right there, that's what we're concerned about. The absent parent household for what we call so-called blacks and Hispanics. South and Northern Kingdom. 64% of black families have absent fathers. 64%. Meaning on every 100 children, there's 64 of them that fathers, then they are not being raised by a father in the house. On every 100. That's what 60% means. 64 children walking around do not have a dad in the house. That's way past everybody else. We have a 36% black families that are still holding it together. That's very low, right? But in the Northern Kingdom, it says 42% of families they're in a single household, no father in there, and 58% they're doing way better than us in that category. 58% of Northern Kingdom they have both parents at home. You can take it off. Thank you, my brother. So now we will see the result of fathers being absent in the home. What is the what is the result of that tragedy? We can call it that. Right? So let's see the result of that tragedy. It says, with father in a house, poverty is about 7%. Without fathers, it increased to 38%. So you're more likely to be broke when there's no father in the house. Right? School. It's 9% more likely that children will drop out when there's no father in the house. Behavioral problems. It's 2% more likely that children will suffer emotional or behavioral issues when there's no father in the house. Teen pregnancy. It's 7% more likely, 7 not percent, times more likely that your daughter will get pregnant before 18 when there's no dad in the house. Incarceration. It's 20 times more likely children will go to jail when there's no fathers in the house. 20%. 20 times more. Drug and alcohol use. Five times more likely children will end up doing drugs when there's no father in the house. Suicide. 2 times more likely children will commit suicide when there's no father in the house. And then notice there's a lower performance in school and in attendance, and it goes on and on. But today, society make it normal to say, I don't need no man. I don't need no man. I even see there was a man that was making a survey. He asked the ladies, if a man can give you child support and he doesn't have to be in the house, which one would you choose? He's like, I don't need him as long as he give me money. That's a typical black woman. Our people are destroyed because men are not appreciated for their effort. And today in the United States, they say it's all-time low that men are not seeking for marriage no more. Men do not want to get married. Men between the age of 20 to 25 are not approaching women no more. Why would they? Why would they when you continually hear in your ears, I don't need you? Why would men want to get married when they are not needed? And even when you look in the world, and this is something we as Hebrews need to be mindful of. When we look in the world, there's Women's Day, even Valentine's Day is supposed to be about love, but it's still Women's Day. Because she's going to get mad, you're going to get her something. And probably don't get you anything in the process. It's another Women's Day. We got Mother's Day. All of it is with pomp. But when it comes to Father's Day, look at how the world celebrates. Give him some socks. Give him tools. You're lucky if you get tools. You'd be happy. They'll give you some socks and forget about it. Let's move on. So I know this is depressive. But we at GYC, we intend to restore manhood. This is why we have the Strong Men Club. We teach men how to be men. We teach men how to value themselves. The big problem is men's confidence are so low, they don't value themselves. And there's no strong nation without men, which is the backbone of that society. So it's time for us to start celebrating good husbands, good men, great men. There are great men in society. But they always make it seem that all men are bad, all men are terrible. The fact that we say men, in the head of many women, we see toxic. Men only mean toxic in the manner of the minute you say men, it's bad stuff. That's what women are thinking. Why should we celebrate men? Like what they do for us? Well, pretty much everything. The whole structure, the phone, like everything that you see, even those things that women invent, how the men doing it too. Because she wouldn't be doing all the parts together. Trust me. And the proof was there was a show they had where they put a couple of women in a remote island and a couple of men. You guys watch that episode where they put men and women separate, trying to survive? The women almost died like countless of times. Men had to literally go rescue them, and actually one died. One died. One of them died. And the men, as soon as they get there, they put structure and order. The women were deciding, they caught a pig. They were deciding, should we even kill it? It's a cute animal. The men already set up structure, order, and quickly they were building. By nighttime, they already had shelter. And they caught fish and everything was good. They were grilling. But women, they were deciding, oh, it's a cute pig. That's animal cruelty. It's like you're in the wilderness. This is not us going against women, sisters. You have your role in society. Men also have their roles. But the problem is, people are not recognizing men enough for what they do in this society. And how are we going to celebrate Father's Day when you don't even honor your father, man? You see? And the same thing happened in Mother's Day. Everybody will disrespect their mother, and Mother's Day gives some gifts. This is a upside down society, man. Okay? You had something?
Yeah, we had something at the plantation, at the job. We had to decide on a video, and we had to basically it's like a PowerPoint that has video, so you had to reorganize the PowerPoint presentation, and we had four female employees. They almost got to the point of fighting, trying to decide how the video should be set. And I'm there. I'm the one that's gonna do the work. At first, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be simple. But seeing how much they were fighting, I just sat there listening to them the whole time and let them talk until the supervisor was like, okay, we're gonna decide later. And then she told me, this time I'm sending them one by one. I'm not sending all four of them because they're nearly fought. Just over like how to restructure the PowerPoint presentation. It's crazy.
Con. So it's not that we're saying that women cannot do things, but women are egalitarians, meaning they always want things equal, fair. But this world doesn't operate on fairness. Men think about you deserve this, you do this. Women like, how do we make everything fair? It can't be fair. Okay, we can't always have equality in everything, and this is why men are essential for structure in society, right? You can even see that in the home. Sometimes fathers beating the children, mothers almost crying. Oh my God, you're killing my son. He's not gonna die, okay? Calmate Gango. All right? All right, it's just a little whooping. They'll be fine. They'll be okay. All right, don't cry. So before we keep going, though, but we got to give the Yaladim a message. That's from the Most High. Get me Ecclesiasticus 3 verse 2. All the way to 16. So it's a message for you, young Yaladim, toward your fathers and how you should treat your father. Right?
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 3, verse 2.
Go ahead.
For the Most High had given the father honor over the children.
So the Most High gave honor to the father over the children. Right? Go ahead.
And hath confirmed the authority of the mother over the sons.
So the Most High put the father over you. And the Most High confirmed the authority of the mother over the sons. Meaning you ought to respect them. Meaning you cannot go to the Most High and not obeying your parents. You cannot skip your parents and be like, I'll talk straight to the Most High. Most High smack you down. Listen to your father and your mother. Read on.
Whoso honoreth his father, making atonement for his sins.
Make what?
Making atonement for his sins.
There's very few verses in the Bible where if you find you'll find forgiveness for your sin. One of them is in James 5:20, where if you repent a lot of people, the Most High will forgive a lot of your sins. And the second one, if you honor your parents, the Most High will making atonement for your sins. It's only like there's another one. It's when you give charity, right? If you give alms to people that are in needs, you make atonement for your sins. There's only 3 instances in the Bible that those acts themselves cover your sins. It's amazing. So when you honor your parents, the Most are literally crossing out your sins, removing your sins. Read on.
Verse 4. And he that honoreth his mother is as one that layeth up treasure.
You're laying up treasure, man, because the Most High is stacking up treasure for you. And that's why you see some people don't have good luck in life. Some people have good luck. It's not good luck. You're stacking up treasure. You know, the good things will start happening to you. You wonder, like, how do I get so lucky? You don't get lucky. It's you've been doing a lot of good stuff, and all those good stuff you do, the Most High, will return those favor in ways of treasures. What you have a question? We're in
We're currently
Ecclesiastes
in
3.
Ecclesiasticus 3 and verse 4. And he that honored his mother is as one that lay up treasure.
Read on.
Whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children.
Oof. If you honor your father, you will have joy in your own children. What is the contrary of that? You'll not have joy in your children. Right? If you honor your father, then your children will honor you in return. Why do you think it's a vicious cycle that our people go through, where children is not respecting them because they didn't respect their fathers? How many black men they listen to their mother that tell them their father and then they disrespect their fathers? They're like, I hate my dad. There's a young man I was listening to. He's like, man, I thought my dad was such a bad guy because my mother painted him so bad. Then when I meet this dude, man, he was the best guy. And he told me that my mother actually cheated. That's why he left. But mothers I'm not saying all guys are good, but a lot of it, and even if a guy is not good, you have no business of telling this man's son that he's this and that. Because you bringing down his self-esteem, man. You destroying this man's confidence. Because his father is the highest masculinity that he should have in his life. And then you tell him that this man ain't nothing. No wonder they're raised to be effeminate. Because the role model is a bad man, so why not? I'm going to become a bad man too. If you have nothing good to say about the man, just be quiet.
Ecclesiasticus
Okay.
19 and verse 8.
Go ahead.
Whether it be to friend or foe,
Even if it's for a friend or an enemy, that's what foe mean. Read on.
talk not of another man's lives.
Do what?
Talk not of another man's lives.
Talk about people's lives. Read on.
If thou canst without offense,
If you can't do it without offending somebody,
reveal them not.
reveal them not. You don't have to reveal what happened in your relationship. That's fine.
Keep it to yourself.
Keep it to yourself, man. But a lot of you just go with guile and with malice. You just go ahead and destroy. You think you're doing something bad against the father, but you literally destroying these children. Because the father's not here to listen to this. The father is already a grown man. You're just changing that boy's perception of what a man is. It's terrible. And you're changing his perception of what he should be. Then you wonder why he got shot in the street, he's doing drugs. Like we literally contributing. Like we talk a lot about Esau and Esau and Esau. The kind of things we do, man. I really don't think Esau have done, even half of what we do ourselves. It's self-sabotage. You understand? And a lot of you don't care. Okay, then you're talking about Father's Day. Listen, right? The Bible says we need to honor the Father, man. Let's go back to Ecclesiasticus.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 3 in verse 5. Whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children.
Of his own children, read on.
And when he maketh his prayer, he shall be heard.
He shall be what?
He shall be heard.
See that? When you honor your father, the Most High gonna hear your prayer. But if you don't, what happens to you? You think the Most High gonna hear you? Most High like la 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 la. It's not hearing that. Listen, the Father is a representation of the Most High on this earth. What you mean? You gonna disrespect him, then pray to the Father in heaven? What's wrong with you? He's the big Father, and this is the earthly Father right here. You disrespect him, and then you're gonna pray to the Most High? See, no wonder the Most High not hearing us, man. So much problems we dealing with, so much sin and wickedness, right? And the same thing go for Yaladim, for children. If you have nothing to say good about this man, be quiet. Whether it be enemy or foes, don't go around telling how your dad is a bad man, and we're gonna get to that. Let's read on.
He that honoreth his father shall have a long life.
Shall have what?
A long life.
Ooh. And this is what we just read in the stats. Children that have no fathers, their lives cut short. They got shot in the streets. They're doing drugs. They're skipping schools. How you gonna have a long life under these circumstances? Let's read on.
And he that is obedient unto the Most High shall be a comfort to his mother.
That's right. Read on.
He that feareth the Most High will honor his father.
Will what?
He that feareth the Most High will honor his father.
Don't tell me you don't honor your father. Like, listen. And I'm about to say that, even if he's not in the truth. Don't be, he's not in the truth. I don't have to honor him. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. As long as you leave it. you owe this man everything. Right? Read on.
He that feareth the Most High will honor his father, and will do service unto his
Will
parents.
do what?
Will do service unto his parents as to his masters.
As to your masters. You're going to go in there, help them clean, help them cook, help them cut the grass, do service for them. That's what you're going to do. Better do some and help your parents. Right? You're going to do service for them. You sit home and don't want to help your parents. This is not of the Most High. Right? I think fathers are happy.
But you should ask the parents, did they help their parents when they were growing up?
Yeah, maybe it's a curse turning on you. Right? Help your parents. But guess what? I'm going to tell you that for the Yaladim. Even if your parents did the wrong thing, that didn't help their parents, do your part. Because then your children gonna, you want that to continue? Then your children gonna do the same thing to you. You stop the cycle, man. Right?
Reverse the curse.
Do service to your parents. Read on.
It says, honor thy father and mother, both in word and deed.
And what?
Both in word and deed.
You see, this is the problem in this society. They honor their fathers in words, but not in deeds. Right? This is why the Most High say, honor your parents all the days of your life. Not one day, not July 15, not June 15. Right? Every day you need to honor them and respect them. Every single day. You don't have to wait for one day to give them a gift. If you see, your dad likes something, just buy it. Right? If you see your old man need a watch, just get it to him. Right? I know people that haven't called their fathers in years. They don't even know where their dad's at. They hate their fathers. But I always want to say this. Every story have how many sides? Right? Some say two or three. What are those three? I know two. Oh, okay. He is hers and the truth. That's right. Okay, I like that. Right? I like that. Three sides. I concur. Okay. All right. Every stories have three sides. I used to say two sides. And then there's the truth. Come on. Let's read on. So don't just assume, your dad is a bad man because that's what they said. That's what she said. Find out the truth yourself. Right? And I would say, even if he did the worst thing to you, trust me, this is your father. If you want to stop the vicious cycle, and you have to cut that hatred, because what you're looking at, that's the next generation that will do the same thing to you. How do you want your children to treat you? Look at it that way and make things right with your father, man. What you got?
Ecclesiasticus chapter 11, I believe in verse 7. It says, blame not before thou hast examined the truth.
That's right.
Understand first, and then rebuke.
That's right. Right. Don't blame people before you understand the full truth. That's why it got three sides. The truth. That's the last one. Let's go back to Ecclesiasticus.
Verse 9. Verse 8 still. It says, honor thy father and mother, both in word and deed, that a blessing may come upon thee from them.
So, because back then, and it should happen before parents died, they would bless their children. They would say prophetic words on them that would literally lead them. And everything Jacob said about his son came to pass. Everything the parents before they died, they bless you, everything will come to pass because the Most High gonna hear it.
Let me say something right quick.
Go ahead.
So technically, the parents are especially for the father, is the representations of the Most High for the children. So sometime if the parent prophesies something upon the children, it will come to pass because they have the power over them. Yeah, and that's why a lot of time some mother would says, if I raise my left, what do they call it, left breast, and I, facing
curse you.
Facing the sun, I'll curse you, and that is true. You understand? And a lot of children, you see them growing up and they jacked up. Their parents jacked them up. Their mama cursed them
or their father cursed them.
Yep.
Yeah, like listen, it's real. The Most High listen to them.
Yeah. My father, you can't do anything to me, man. I never say anything to him back, man. I'm good. Neither my mother, man.
Right. Come on. Read on.
Yep. It says, glory not in the dishonor of thy father.
Verse 9, I think you skipped.
But it says, for the blessing of the father established the house of children.
You see that? What established your house?
It says, for the blessing of the father established the houses of children.
Read on.
But the curse of the mother rooted out foundation. And that's why, mother, you have to be careful too what you say to them children, because you can actually really send them out there to destruction.
You understand? Because I know your sisters, you be emotional.
Especially Haitian
I know
mother.
when they do something to you, man, you be like,
yeah. Especially Haitian mother. That's papo, yeah.
That means, you like your father, you're not going to be anything. I had to translate this.
Yep.
Yeah, they be saying those things.
Yep.
You'll be nothing in this life, and then you wonder why the son is never anything in this life. Yep. Don't let your emotion guide you, man. Don't say things you ought not to say. Right? So as the Bible says, the curse of the mother is gonna,
rooted out foundations.
But the blessing of fathers will establish the house. So we need the fathers back in the house more than ever, man, to build up our sons, to build up the house. Why do you think our households are destroyed? Because there's no blessing of the fathers in there.
That's right.
No fathers passing on any blessings and blessing them kids. So how the house is gonna be reestablished? It's not gonna happen. Where there's no father, there's no future, because his blessing will establish the house for the future.
Right.
Read on.
Verse 10. It said, "Glory not in the dishonor of thy father,
Right.
for thy father's dishonor is no glory unto thee."
Whew. Don't glory in his dishonor. Not be talking about my old man. He used to be a drunkard. Man, one day that's what I did to him. Or one day I saw him doing that. Why are you telling people about how your dad was a shameful brother? Why are you going around and telling? The Bible says, listen, this is not no glory for you. To talk bad about your father is not a glory to you. Because people know one thing, as father, as son. Like father, like son. While you thinking, it's a joke, people look at that. He just don't know he's that same guy.
Yeah. He's one step behind him.
He's just gonna be the same way. Right? You think it's a glory unto you? No, it's not.
And you can see the sons, their whole goal is to be like their father. They look at their father, be like, man, I want to make my dad proud. I want to do this. I want to do that just because of his father.
Come on.
Because they are our legacy. They'll build the nations. All right?
I mean, they come from you. They're part of you. Literally.
Yes, sir.
They're a piece of you. All right, read on.
For the glory, verse 12. It says, no, I skipped something. 11. It says, for the glory of a man is from the honor of his father.
That's right.
And a mother and dishonor is a reproach to the children.
Right. When you dishonor your mother, it'll be a reproach to you. But the Bible says the glory of a man is from the honor of his father. Right?
No, a mother, I think this one
No,
says the mother that is a dishonor mother is a reproach.
Reproach. No, but the first part says, for the glory of a man
Right.
is from the honor of his father.
Right, right.
See? That's why you carry his last name. When you carry his last name, he was a great man. Guess what? Oh, that's Yeshua's son. Oh, that's Yeshua's daughter. Oh man, that's Doa's daughter. That's Zoe. They'll be like, oh man, those are great. Like long after we're gone, they'll talk about the father. They'll talk about, oh, you have that last name? Oh my goodness. Who's your father?
It's a good family branch.
Man, you have a good family. They'll talk about it. You carry the legacy of this man, and now you're playing with his dishonor. You talking bad about him. Yeah. Can you take the mic?
I'm saying over there in the islands, they will talk about your father. Your dad, he used to live in this state, that town, by the gas station, up in the mountain over there. Yeah, I know him. Let me tell you about your cousins too. They know everybody.
Right? But if he was a good man, they'll be like, oh man, like you are from a good stock. That's a good man right there. And they'll start telling you all the story about the good things he did. But if he was a vagabond, they won't miss. Okay? So that's why we as men, we have to set up good legacies for our children.
That's right.
Right? So when we gone, that when our last name is mentioned somewhere, people will be like, wait a minute, you that guy's son? Like, oh man, that guy saved my life countless of times. That's what we need. That's what we need. And those things, they're gonna open doors for our children. You don't know how many times a name of a parents open doors for children. You don't know that. Right? When they hear the last name, they'll be like, oh man, I gotta help you out. This man was such a nah man, I can't leave you in that situation. Just because of a good last name. There's a verse, help me with this. A good name is better than gold. I need that verse. It's in Proverbs. Please help me. Please. Right? A good name. Right? So we need those things. Because of your name, people will literally help your children in the future.
Proverbs 22 and 1.
Proverbs 22 and 1, man. Let's get that.
The book of Proverbs 22, verse 1. It says, a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches.
You see that? Meaning if they put gold in front of you and they say keep a good name, the Bible says choose a good name.
Right.
If they come and be like, you can sell out, you understand? So a lot of people, Proverbs 22 verse 1.
Verse 1.
Verse 1. Right? Some people sell their good names for treasures. Right? There's people that go ahead and sell themselves to the CIA and FBI. Then from then now, their name is Judas Iscariot. The whole black community know you. Look at that trader right there. And when you have children, that's the son of a trader. Right? If you betray your kinfolks, man, like that's the name that's gonna follow after you, long after you're gone. Look at that little Judas walking around. You sold your people, man. And this is why Judas killed himself. Because he knew what was to follow. But he didn't think it through, did he? For 30 pieces of silver. Judas. Now let's read on. Choose a better name than choice silver, man. Let's go back to Ecclesiasticus.
Ecclesiasticus 3 in verse 13, verse 12. It says, my son, help thy father in his age.
I'm still talking to you, Yaladim. What the Bible say?
My son, help thy father in his age.
When he's old, don't just dump him in the, what they call it, what nursing homes and never
Nursing
visit
home.
him. Like in the islands, we never heard of, it's an abomination for you to drive a Haitian at a nursing home. They'll all talk about, they'll call, did you hear that he drove his father at a nursing home? They're like, oh my God. The whole town will know that you drove your family in a nursing home. And especially the father, they're going to call. It's like, you know what my son did? He dropped me in a nursing home. Even though you come see him every day, he'll tell, yeah, it's an abomination. Because we in the islands, we never knew about, like, our parents stay around the house till they die. You know, they'd be beating them in the nursing home, giving them cold shower, not feeding them. And like, they'd be I'm not surprised. But in the nursing home, he's a stranger doing it. He's a stranger doing it. Right? And the lifespan of these elders in the nursing home it's like 5 years. 5 to 10 years max. Because they're not taking care of them for real. I don't think it's going to be the last. We're just talking to the Yaladi. We're going to talk to you.
But in the islands, it was always important to have your parents around because they'll pass on wisdom to the kids.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of times, over there back in the days, we didn't have electricity or other cases. You would have them, tell us jokes and tell us about, their lives. And
All
the kids,
times.
you would have like literally 10 kids, 15 kids surrounding them. And they're sitting in the middle telling jokes. It's the most beautiful thing. Not only for your parents just being able to express themselves to the kids, just being surrounded with love, their own grandchildren. It's a beautiful thing.
That helps them live long.
Right, that helped them live a long and happy and fulfilled life. But here, once you reach like 60, 65, you decrepit, they're just gonna dump you in that nursing home. Rest in peace. No, I say if you're 60 and decrepit. Yeah,
It's a perfect combo.
That don't mean if you're 60 you decrepit. That's not what I mean by that.
It's a perfect combo for the house.
As soon as you get sick or something, they're just gonna.
Right. So let's keep going.
You got some stones in the back, man.
So the Bible says we need to help our fathers, our mothers in old age, man. Read on.
Verse 13. It says, skip something too.
Finish 12.
It says, my son, help thy father in his age, and grieve him not as long as he liveth.
As long as what?
As long as he liveth.
As long as he live. A lot of you trying to not to grieve him tomorrow, but you waiting for Monday. You're gonna be like, you know what? Let me not grieve him tomorrow, because tomorrow is Father's Day, but I'll be back on Monday. What is wrong with children these days? Right? You just gonna skip that day because it's Father's Day.
Right.
But some of you even do it on that day. It's like we don't even care like that. We're gonna still grieve him on that day. Right? So the Bible says all the days of your life, man, don't find a way to grieve your father. Don't give him answers back. Don't talk back to him. Right? Don't do it. Let's read on.
And if his understanding fail, have patience with him.
Ooh, this is a big one. Some of you tired of your parents when their understanding failed and they start acting out. That's when they're really gonna put you in that nursing home now. You're gonna go. You know, so sure they start acting out. Some of these elders, you know, they start peeing on themselves and they don't know what they're doing. They complain a lot. It's like, okay, some of us, we deport them to Haiti. We'll give you free downloads from deportation. We'll call ICE on that elder. Right? It's wrong. It's like, come get this one right there. But the Bible is clear on that. Read on. Read that again.
It says, have patience with him.
The Bible says, have patience with him, even if his understanding fail. Read on.
And despise him not.
And don't hate him. Read on.
When thou art in thy full strength.
When you are in your full strength. Because there's one thing you know. The way we come in is the way we leave. When we come in, we come helpless. We leave helpless. There was a time you were helpless. And he had to have patience with you. The way I always say, we come out in a hole, we go back in a hole. We come out helpless, we're going to leave helpless. So when they're leaving, you need to be able to be patient because there was a time you couldn't do anything for yourself. Man, like especially when they're just born, bro. Like, listen, how you doing?
You exercise for me that, man. Come on, man.
Every 3 hours. And there's a way they cry. It takes a quick 30 seconds before you hear the child. They muster the strength.
Yeah. Man, thanks to my wife, she handled that.
She handled that? Yeah. She should let you handle it too. You feel, man, I felt the pain. I don't know how I managed to get all them kids. After each one, I wanted to give up. Waking up and all that, man, it's tough. You can't sleep, man. There's no sleep for the wicked. Say the Lord. There's no rest for the wicked. Right? But in those days, man, we go through hell with you children, right? You were helpless. We have to feed you, taking care of you. You know, we can't get mad. You know, they're crying. You can't get mad at them. Like, it's helpless. Right? But then when you old, you will be the same way. Your parents will also be helpless. Then it's your turn to take care of them. You have to repay what you owe. Right? You're gonna change them diapers. You're gonna, yeah, like that's the way it is. You said that last time was the last. Okay. Yeah, it's everything. The same that literally turn into a baby in your hand. Then it's your turn to take care of them. I'm talking to the Yaladim. That's what's gonna happen. Your mama, your dad, one day they'll turn into a baby. It's gonna be your turn to take care of them, and you're gonna have patience on them because they spend about at least 2 years taking care of you. Sometimes it's even more.
You said 2 years.
No, before they can even go use restroom by themselves and things of that sort. You know, but for the first few, year and two, like they're literally helpless. Right? So your father and your mothers, they will be helpless. So now it's time to pay back. And the Most High is taking note. Right? Read on.
Word. 14. For the relieving of thy father shall not be forgotten.
You see that? When you help your father, it shall not be forgotten. The Most High will actually take notes for that and be like, okay, put that blessing on the side for him. Right? He's taking care of his father. That's good. Read on.
And instead of sins, it shall be added to build thee up.
You see that? When you sin, you do something messed up. The Most High say, you know what? He really helped his father. So let's forget that sin right quick and give him that blessing. And nullify all his sins. So that allow him to be built up. Read on.
Word. Verse 15. It says, in the day of thine affliction, it shall be remembered.
You see that?
Thy sins, thy sins also shall melt away as the ice in the fair warm weather.
That's right. In the time of your calamity, all these things will be remembered, because the Most High will open his book and be like, why should I save this one? They'll be like, oh, he really took good care of his father. Like, okay. So you can save him. It's all a balance. What do you do to deserve this? Read on.
He that forsaketh his father is as a blasphemer.
He that forsaketh his father is a blasphemer. Who knows what is a blasphemer? You speaking against the Most High. You lying on God. That's what a blasphemy. It's a lie. You're telling you love the Father in heaven, but you had your Father on earth. You lying. The devil's a lie. You can't say you ain't no truth and you neglect your Father. Talking about I've never talked to my Father in 30 years. Huh? And you be proud. I haven't talked to him and I don't want to talk to him. You're not in the truth. Well, you may be in the truth, but the truth is not in you. Right? I always say this. Some people are in the truth, but the truth is not in them. Right? Read on. Because we never told you that.
And he that angereth his mother is cursed of the Most High.
You sitting there making your mama. You hear that, children? Read that for them. They're not paying attention. You hear that, Sister Aliyah? Look at her on that phone. You good? All right? Let's pay attention to this.
It says, and he that angereth his mother is cursed of the Most High.
What is that? What is that saying, Ari? What is it saying? That's right. You anger your parents, you curse of the Most High. How many? Raise your hand if you want to be cursed of the Most High. Which one of the Yaladim? Raise your hand if you want to be cursed of the Most High. No? Put your hand down. This boy right here. Okay, so now we're gonna go on four roles of a father in the house. The first role of a father is a spiritual leader. Get me Psalm 78 and 5. We're gonna go quick over them. You're a spiritual leader in your house.
The book of Psalm 78 and verse 5. Psalm 78 in verse 5. It says, for he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he had commanded our fathers.
Our mothers.
Our fathers.
The fathers. The Most High commended the fathers. Read on.
That they should make them known to their children.
So it's the job of the father to teach the children who the Most High is. Read
on. That the generations to come might know them.
So you wonder why then the generation don't know the Most High? Why is that?
The father.
64% of fathers missing. How will they know the Most High when they're not in the home? Read on.
Even the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children.
Right? So the children should keep doing the same. The father should pass it on. Right? Read on.
That they might set their hope in the Most High.
That they might what?
That they might set their hope in the Most High.
And when the hope is not set on the Most High, the hope is set on drugs. It's set on money. It's set on whoredom. Read on.
and not forget the works of the Most High, but keep His
and
commandments.
keep his discipline, man. That's the only way a good house keep on going. We need to keep passing on the instructions of the Most High. And this is the primary job of the father, to pass on the instruction to the children. Not the mother, the father. Right? He commended the fathers to do this.
That's
Okay.
right. That's right.
Get me the next one. So in other words, let me give you a good example of that. The book of Tobit 4 verse 12. I'm going to give you a live example on how Tobias was passing on that wisdom to his son Tobit. All right? Tobit 4 verse 12.
The book of Tobit, chapter 4, and verse 1.
Verse 12. I'm sorry.
Verse 12. Select it. Book of Tobit, chapter 4, and verse 12.
Bring it out.
It says, beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
That's the father teaching his son. He said, listen, my son, be aware of whoredom. Don't be a male hoe.
Yeah.
Don't go out there sleeping with women left and right and not even taking them. Be mindful of whoredom. Because whoredom give HIV and all these diseases that we're dealing with. And baby mamas. That's the problem. We don't have fathers teaching their son this stuff. That tell them be aware of whoredom. You don't need that life. Right? And he says, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of your fathers. That's interracial marriage. Why we have a high level of interracial marriage? There's no father in the home telling them, love your black queen.
Yeah.
Don't want to be with no white women. This is the history of how they used to kill black men over these white women. Yeah. Don't be with them because we used to get hanged. We used to get shot. We used to get lynched because of white women. You don't need to be with them.
And learn to be patient too.
Right? Love your black woman. Love your black queen. But now, as soon as the black man get money, he bring all his wealth to the white woman. All they build for you, they just throw it to Italy and to Switzerland or whatever. Then when he dies, the white women collect that and go build more white people. This is what we're not being taught. Financially doesn't make sense. Read on.
It says, and take not a strange woman to wife.
Oof, this is the instruction of a father.
Says,
don't marry no strange woman.
Which is not of thy father's tribe.
That's right. That's not of your nation. That's not of your people.
For we owe the children of the prophets, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred, and were blessed, and their children and their seed shall inherit the land.
Right. So if you have time, read the rest, man, to see all the instruction Tobias gave to Tobit. It's a lot of meat in there. Right? From in marriage, from the way he deal in business, from the way he treat the poor. You understand? It's a lot of instruction he gave to his son. And this is your job as a man to do. All right? So get me, so the role of a father is to instill the Most High fear in his sons. Right? So what does that mean, to instill his fear? Meaning is the Most High discipline. So one thing, I can tell you how many countless of time the fear of the Most High saved me. When you're a child, you find yourself in places. You find yourself in situations. If you don't have the fear of the Most High, you'll steal. If you don't have the fear of the Most High, you'll do what you're not supposed to do. Because it's not every time your parents are going to be around. How many times, I got to play, like I remember I was in school and the boys came and offered me, one of those salty cookies, right? Then, like my mom always said, we don't eat from people like that because we keep the laws. I mean, I was 7 there at least. I knew not to eat from people because they eat bad stuff. I knew the basic, and I'm like, I don't eat it. And then they give that same salty cookie to another guy who was also a 7-day Adventist. He ate it. and they start making fun of him. Oh, he eat pork because they find out that those cookies had pork in them. You know, so it's so many times too that I would find myself in situation where I could have stolen somebody's money, but I'm like, my mom always told me the Most High is watching you, right? So I didn't do it. You see, the fear of the Most High is an extra layer of protection for the children. Even when their parents are not around, they're like, you know what, the Most High watching, I can't do that. I can't go with these kids. They're gonna go shoot up a place. They're gonna go shoplifting. I can't go with them because I serve the Most High.
But where that instruction comes from is from the parent.
From the primarily
saying?
the fathers.
Yep.
When fathers are missing,
They play
we,
both
we,
roles.
we up for games. You know, we up for games. If we have a good woman, you know, like my mom, she did her best, but I could have gotten more. I could have been probably further, right? But this is the magic of a father in a home. Instill that fear of the Most High in them kids. Okay? Because you know, I used to work security. How many times, you know, children would leave school and you see them shoplifting, getting arrested. Right? Because a lot of them are influenced by friends. You might be doing a good damn job at home, but there's a friend influencing them. What you're gonna do? It's only the fear of the Most High that's gonna carry them in that moment. That voice, the angel's voice, will talk to them and be like, "You can't do that. Remember what your father teach you. You better than that." And they'll be like, "You know what? I'm not going with you guys." All praise to the Most High, right? This is the beauty of the fear of the Most High. All right. So next job of a father is a provider and a protector. Get me Ecclesiasticus 36:25. It's a provider and a protector. His job, we'll talk about the protection. So his main job is to protect. Ecclesiasticus 36:25.
The book of Ecclesiasticus 36 and verse 25.
Bring it out.
It says, where no edges, there the possession is spoiled.
That's right. Read on.
And he that hath no wife, I ain't gonna finish the rest.
Read on. Read out.
It says, where no edges, there the possession is spoiled.
Read on.
And he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. See why I didn't want to read the rest?
Right. Right. You have no wife. You'll go up and down mourning. Life ain't gonna be good. Right.
He said, that's
I
right.
said that's right. Right. But the main part is where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled.
Right. And
Who's the possession? The children. Where there's no protection, the children are spoiled. They're for the streets. Why do you think teen pregnancy is so high where there's no father? You think mothers can alone keep them teenagers? Like, listen, bro, it's a tough job. As a father, I literally, I went in when it comes to parental control on the internet.
Okay.
I literally give them a schedule on the computer.
And you got 3 girls?
I control the phone. I control. As soon I'm gonna control the electricity.
And 3 girls, man. That's a lot.
Yo, it's a tough job. It's a tough job. You know,
Oh, yeah.
like a father, like when we fathers, we're watching your online activities. We're watching what you're doing online. And you teaching them, they're still doing some wickedness. We're like, what the? You don't comprehend this. You know? It's a tough job. So how a mother supposed to raise children when she's working, possibly 2 jobs? How you manage to do this? It's tough stuff. How can you raise children by yourself?
It's hard, man.
Right? It's not easy. Right? How you raise children without a man? Like it's not easy. It takes 2 people at least 2 people to raise children. And take a whole village to make them stand straight. Right? So therefore, you know, the scripture is clear. Where there's no hedge, the possession is spoiled. And this is why it's happening. And I'm gonna tell you another example of importance of a father. You see a man, he will talk to a girl. The minute he realizes that girl have a father, as a man, let me tell you let me tell you, how do you feel when a daughter has an active father, a strong man, and you're trying to be with that girl?
That put fear in your heart, man. You got start having
Strike
tickle.
fear in your heart. You know, like I have to face this guy, like yo.
Yeah.
So I have to go ask him for your hand. It's like, oh Lord, have mercy. And this man is approaching the father. Can I take your? No.
And oftentimes, that daughter is protected.
Your heart melt.
Yep.
That daughter is protected.
Yes.
Trust me. You know, a lot of men do what they do to these women is because they know that they got nobody out here.
And sometimes the girl will say, "My daughter don't play.
My father,
My father don't play." Just by hearing that,
your heart melts. Now you got to think twice. If I mess up that man's daughter, you know what's gonna happen to you.
you're gonna get it. That's for sure.
Right? So you know this man, there's a strong man in the house. Like you see, this is big protection for children. Even hearing the name of a father alone will make any man scared. Man, my dad don't play that, and I have to go to him. It's like, oh my Lord. You know, and that repel a lot of bad guys.
And it is not even just the daughter, even the wife also. The minute they have a husband, and other people around will fear them.
That repel a
Yeah.
lot of bad stuff. I said.
Yep. I'll be like, oh.
A lot
you
of
ain't
guys,
mess up
the
with that
minute
one.
you tell them as a daughter, you tell the guy like, my father don't play. It's like, you know what? I was just only joking about that love stuff. Right? But when they know that girl have nobody, no father, like those men don't, like even, let's look in the household. Your sons don't feel their mothers like that. They don't.
There's
It's
this-
when they hear that wrong line, hey! They're like, oh.
Yeah. There's this guy at my job. He was telling me he has one daughter that's about like 16 years old. And then one day she brought a guy, you know, those boyfriend and little boyfriend things. By the way, the Bible doesn't know those things. No boyfriend, no girlfriend in the Bible.
Huh.
Knows husband and wife. That's it.
That's
So she brought
dating.
she brought that guy to the house, and the father shook his hand, and then firmly, right?
You
And
feel
then
that power.
he probably saw the guy. The father had a firearm on his waist. This guy, they were supposed to go out, and the guy said, "Bring my daughter home by 10 p.m." Okay, and the guy said, "Oh, his daughter told him. His daughter told him when she got home. Oh, the guy didn't want to stay long for a long time because he was feared. He was scared.
His heart was coming out of his chest.
He broke up with the girl right away.
Yeah, he wasn't serious. He wasn't serious.
Yep.
He wasn't serious. That's why I'm saying you repel a lot of bad stuff when there's a father home, man. Your father is not only a sexual object or an ATM machine. He's not only here for that. He's here for protection. You had a question? He peed his pants. That's the power of a man.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's the power of a man in the house. Trust me. That man show up, you talking about, I'm asking for, especially if that man is big or he got a big gun here. Like, listen, bro, you know what? I was just playing. Actually, I'm actually Jehovah's Witness. Have you accepted the Lord and Savior?
Right.
Right? So this is the beauty of a man, you know? And this is why we need them in the house. Okay? We need them in the house. We need to put them aside back in the house. Because our daughters are not protected. Our sons have nobody they fear in the house. They run their mamas. Right?
They don't listen.
Trust me, man. Like
the kids
I'm
don't
tell-
listen to their mother.
That, especially as they start growing teenagers, they have all that attitude.
Oh, man.
You understand? Listen, man. Only a father deal with that nonsense. You say, hey.
They
You
don't,
understand?
man.
It's like, I don't want to look at this man.
I kept looking at him every time his eyes come and get in contact with my ankles.
He's suspicious.
It's
Right.
something in the father that kind of give the protections over the
That's
household.
right, man. His presence
So it's
alone.
natural. It's a
And I'm,
natural.
I'm
thing.
gonna tell you something for most women that say they don't need no man. Do you know what house that most people that wanna rob they attack? Single home, single women's home. The minute they know there's a man in there, they're like, you know what? Let's just find another victim.
And you be like,
Right?
I called the police. By the time the police show up, you already done
You
gun,
dead,
gun
man. You
robbed.
dead. You understand? And a lot of and there was a guy. He that's what he used to do. Rob houses. He's like, there's two type of house we attack: elderly homes and single mothers.
And you see that woman that died recently by the police officer? I bet you if there was a man in there, she wouldn't die that night. You know what I'm saying?
Understand? This criminal, big time, he's like elder home. We observe them in those single mothers' home. We observe them, and now you know what they're doing now. There's an elder lady. She found. I don't know if you guys saw that on the news. She found a cell phone on her yard. They put the cell phone on their yard to monitor the house.
Like a video,
Yeah.
video and thing. Okay.
Remotely accessing that phone to monitor when they're home and not.
That's crazy, man.
You don't need no man. You're gonna be a victim. Even the Bible says it's not good for a man to be alone. Why? What about a woman? You understand?
Actually, there's a verse that say that. I think in Romans 7.
We gotta keep going. I got so many precepts.
Go ahead, man.
All right, get me Matthew 12:29 right quick.
Matthew chapter 12, verse 29. Oh my God.
Let them sing. Let them sing.
Matthew what?
Matthew 12:25.
The book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 25. Says, in a Mashiach new
29. I'm sorry.
Matthew 12, verse 29.
Read on.
Or else, how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his good, except he first bind the strong man,
Read on.
and then he will spoil his house.
So if you wanna spoil a house, you gotta go through that strong man. Do you wanna do that? Most people don't. Right? If you wanna spoil a house, you need to bind the strong man first. You gotta go through the strong man.
And you don't know what he got in there.
You don't know what's gonna happen to you.
That's right.
Right? Right, a rifle. Right? You gotta go through him first. And nobody wanna. Let me tell you something about men. Even other men, when we see other men, we scared. This is cause women, we always like squaring up to each other. Like, can I take him? Yeah, I think I can take. I don't know. I even. Like, even as a man, when you see a big guy, tall, it makes you insecure. Right? As a man, trust me.
Yeah.
You see that guy, he's tall, he's big, or he got guns and stuff. You're like, man, that man's dangerous. Shoot up the block. Right? Men are dangerous. But men are men are kind in the sense that they won't attack you like that. But trust me, men are dangerous. And this is why they are put for protection in their house.
So when you attack his personal belonging, his possession,
Yeah, you finished.
now you done.
You have the mic for Elder?
Elder.
It's funny you talk about protection because when my wife and when I bought the first gun to bring in the house, she was like, you're not bringing this gun in here. And the first gun I ever had was an AR, and she flipped because she didn't she didn't know what an AR was, but as time went on, then I told her, I said, well, you going to get a gun? She said, no, I'm not getting no gun. Now she has a gun. Now we have guns in every room of the house. Even my
The
daughter
sword
has
multiply. God, all praises. That's what it is. That's what the men bring.
You got to train them because the thing is, sometimes you might not be at the house, and she by herself in the house.
Let me tell you, man.
And she
I
gotta
got
learn how
5
to
kids.
protect
I'm gonna
herself.
have my own small private army with.
All right, you got to learn first.
No, I'm not. No,
So you gonna shoot
everything
yourself.
got its time. Everything got its time. You know, my little ones are too little right now for me to engage in that. When you have little ones, they're crazy. They'll be taking your guns and you forget one mishap.
You should watch Esau, man. You got to put them on safe,
Yeah.
but train them.
Huh.
You know?
There's a time in the season for everything. But trust me, there'll be my little private army very soon. They'll be working like them Russians. Right? So the next role of a man is a disciplinarian, an instructor. Get me Proverbs 13 verse 24. So his next job is to discipline. So he protect, he provide. Oh, you know what? I didn't get me Proverbs 19:14, please, before we move to that. So he's a protector and a provider. We took the protector, but a provider. Read that. Proverbs 19:14.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 19 and verse 14.
Read on.
House and riches are the inheritance of fathers.
Of who?
House and riches are the inheritance of fathers.
Read on.
And a prudent wife is from the Most High.
So house and riches is in the inheritance of fathers. Meaning who carry the wealth is fathers. Now you may say, oh, women make more money than men. True, but they also spend more than men. So that's why a lot of women saying, oh, we got our own money. It really don't matter. You guys spend even more than you earn. Why do you think Gucci love you so much? Why do you think all these stores, a small section for men and a whole section for you? Why do you think so? White men love women. Because that's why they empower women. Because I was looking at the UN charter. They said the number one way to boost a nation development is empower women. A lot of you think, yeah, women empowerment. Actually, they just want to give you more money to spend. That's what it means. They empower you, give you more jobs so you can spend. And on top of that, the empowerment part is 2 parts. Give you money and take the husband out of the house. Because if the husband here and be like, bring that money home, we build something serious. But if he's not here, oh, it's my money. I buy one makeup for $600. Well, I buy one hair for $3,000. And still ugly.
Man, I would say some woman, man.
He said it's still ugly.
Some woman.
Or I go spend $25,000, go to DR to get BBL. $25,000. You know how much money that $25,000 could do? A lot of damage, I can't.
Yeah. but it's some woman. But you got someone that some picky one that knows, because it's only people who don't have a guide, they don't have a purpose in their mind that they go ahead and spend like. But a real woman, like this one like says, a prudent wife is from the Lord.
It's from the Lord, but do we have many prudent wives out here?
I'm telling you.
That's the problem. A prudent wife is of the Lord. A prudent wife that take care of business, budget. How many, like most of our women don't, even our men don't even know what a budget is. I'm not even going to talk about the woman. Yeah, they don't have no budget. They just spend it up as it comes. You understand? So this is why the Bible says riches, and this is why we find even in the stats that poverty is 7 times less likely in a house where there's a father.
Right.
Because father's gonna make sure that, hey, you're not gonna spend on that. Now you ain't gonna buy that couch yet. Now we're gonna have to wait for this. You understand? But where there's no strong man, the woman rules. Like she wanna buy this, then after that I need to return that because I forgot we had to pay rent. I used to work in a retail store. There's a woman, every month she come crying, I need to return. I don't have receipt, but my bills are due. I'm like, why did you buy for your whole earning? You didn't pay your bill and you come to buy? Right? So, but this is why men are regulators in the house, making sure that these women are not spending as much. Right? And this is why the Bible say too. Get me that in 1 Corinthians 11 right quick.
And I got one here, man. She ain't spending a dime.
Ah, come on. It's a prudent wife is of the Lord. Right?
Ain't spending a dime, man.
That's right. She'll spend your dime, though.
No, she ain't spending
Not yours too. That's good. Then you have a prudent wife from the Lord. All praise.
The Most High, man.
Get me 1 Corinthians 11 and 10. Good job, sis. Don't spend that money. Build something. All praise. Now the Bible says, "Good woman shall be praised." 1 Corinthians 11 and 10.
1 Corinthians 11, verse 10.
Read
For
on.
this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angels.
The woman need to have someone over her because of the angels. Now those are not they are good and bad angels. We're talking about bad angels. Right? So the woman should have power over her, a husband over her, because of evil angels. Right? Manipulating their emotions. Because women go through their cycle, and through that whole cycle is different hormones working. And the evil ones use that opportunity.
Demons walking
Right?
by.
Working on them. You know, so this is why you need the husband. Because women are made with emotions. Emotion is not a bad thing. It allows a woman to be a good mother, but at the same time, everything has its own reverse.
Can destroy her.
Right? It also people can also use that emotion against her. Right? So this is why what most ads, most stores that target women. Women is a target to purchase.
Yeah.
They want her money. Right? So this is why we need the men. So the man is a provider and protector. So now, let's go to disciplinarian, Proverbs 13:24. We're almost there, guys. I see you looking at the time. It's Shabbat. Where are you going? We're going to start doing like certain camps here, man, the whole afternoon.
What's the verse you call?
Proverbs 13:24. I think people would bring their pitchforks if we start having whole afternoons.
Proverbs 13 and 24.
24.
The book of Proverbs 13 and verse 24.
Read on.
Say, he that spareth his rod hated his son.
If you spare your rod, you hate your son. You understand? You hate him because eventually he'll do whatever he want to do. You hate him. You think you love him when you don't want to give him that power. You hate him.
We're not talking about boxing him up.
No, the Bible tells us how to. Get me Ecclesiasticus 30, verse 10 and 12. The Bible gives us.
That one.
Finish that.
Said, boy, he that loveth him, chastise him betimes.
Betimes, man.
Yes.
The minute he wake up, he start getting that power till night times. You understand? Every time he do something, you understand? Then he's like, okay, you know what? Let me not do that. Let me just listen for once. Okay? That's your job as a man. Get me Ecclesiasticus 30 and 10. Let me show you how to do that. Right? Because I've seen some father, you be boxing your son and, knock out and everything, smack down. This is not what the Bible says. Right? When you disciplining them.
Ecclesiasticus 30 verse what?
Verse 10 all the way to 12.
Ecclesiasticus 30 verse 10.
Read on.
It says, laugh not with him, lest thou have sorrow with him.
Right, so don't have your son, you laughing we buddy, but no, you're not your son's body. He get his own friends. You get your own grown friends. You're never supposed to be buddy with your child. Read on.
Lest thou gnash thy teeth in the end.
Right, lest you regret this. Read on.
Say, give him no liberty in his youth.
Don't give him no liberty. Talking about I'm gonna go to friends' house, sleepovers and all that. I'm going to parties. I'm going to prom. You ain't getting that. The best prom you're going to get is going to be in the house, or I'm coming with you. Okay? It's not me that say. The Bible say give him what?
It say give him no liberty in his youth.
When he's young, don't give him that liberty because a lot of parents be so soft. You give your children too much liberty.
No, but the thing is, they do that. They let the son free, but they hold up to the daughter.
Yes.
But the scripture says the son.
The
It says
son.
hold up to the son.
Both of them.
Yeah, both of them. It's not
No.
just one.
Because most children that got raped from a family's house.
That's right.
From some uncles and cousins. You guys don't know that? It's stats in United States. Most children that are raped from families.
You got Uncle Ray out here.
He's a perv.
Gonna rain up on your.
You're going to find out. Then they rape girls, they rape boys. Just give them liberty talking about, oh, they're just children. You're going to find out. The Bible tells you, don't give them liberty. When they get liberty is when they're old. Now you on your own now. Read on.
And wink not at his follies. It says, bow down his neck while he is young.
That's right. The Bible said, don't wink at his follies. Whatever follies, pop! Remove it from him. All right?
He didn't say pow. He says it in the scripture.
No, he said wink, not as his folly. Don't be like, let it go. Like, as soon as he does it, he didn't see it coming.
I thought you mean a slap.
No, not in his face, but the Bible is going to tell you how. Read on.
Right. It says, and beat him on the side.
Where?
On the side.
That's why the Most High give them meat back there.
Yeah. While he is in a child. He is a child.
He's going to remember. You understand? That's why the Most High give them some good meat back there. They're going to get that on the sides. The Bible don't say face. It doesn't say punch.
No
Sides.
head.
That's where they get. Read on. Because some of y'all be abusing children too.
That's true.
You abuse children like they're slaves, like from Roots. You're hanging them out. I've seen parents do the most with them children too. Like the Bible says sides. Okay?
We're on verse 12. It says, bow down his neck while he is young, and beat him on the side while he is a child, lest he wax stubborn and be disobedient unto thee, and so bring sorrow to thine heart.
And it says something very important here. When he is when he is a child.
So when he is a child.
Because a lot of you want to start correcting your children when they're 14, 15. It's too late. Right? It's too late. You start doing it as soon, like my little ones, like even Ben, the little one. He be slapping people. He get it. He be pinching people. He's gonna get it. He start getting it really early. You're gonna cry and you're gonna learn. You understand? I'm not gonna correct you when you start going back. Yeah. Okay. You're gonna get it really early. Read on. You're gonna taste the wrath of God. All right, read. Oh, that was it?
It said, chastise thy son and hold him to labor, lest his lewd behavior be an offense unto thee.
That's why it's another thing. Hold them to labor. Give them work to do.
Make them work.
Right? Don't let them hanging out all day and not doing anything. Then, then when they're idle like that, they got all kind of time to go on the internet and search for all kind of wickedness. Keep them busy. Right? Last job of a man, a role model and legacy builder. Get me the book of Genesis 18, verse 19.
Genesis 18 and
18,
19.
verse 19. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Bear with me. Y'all hungry? That'll be a yes. Right. I got you guys. I got you. We're almost done. We're almost done. Let's digest on the Most High food.
I shall not live by bread alone.
That's right. But by every word. Genesis 18, 19.
Genesis 18 and verse 19.
Go ahead.
For I know him that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Most High to do justice and judgment, that the Most High may bring upon Abraham that which he had spoken of him.
That's right. So a father is a role model. It's a legacy builder. He will command his house after him. He's going to make sure the house is straight long after he's gone. Get me Ecclesiasticus. But let's see where there is no father what happened. Ecclesiasticus 41 and 5. Right? So we are legacy builder. We are the one that the children will model after. You see, when Yaladim are young, they would say, I love mama. But once they start growing old, guess who they want? Their father. Eventually they start modeling after their fathers.
Sis, can you fix her for me? Thank you.
Right? Eventually them children start modeling after their fathers. Right? So as they say, mothers raise from baby to children, but fathers take from children to adulthood. That's what we do. We bring them up. In the beginning, you nurture them, save them when they're helpless. But once they start hitting 7, 8, and up, we start taking over. We start teaching them life, right? We start teaching them the dangerous stuff in life. We start teaching them reality. Women will be like, oh, my baby. Women like, go ahead, jump on that, climb that tree, right? Go ahead, bring them to fightings. Make sure they fight. Learn to fight. We take them because men, we teach them the world is dangerous. We have to teach them, how to stay safe. Right? Let's read on.
That's it.
Oh, that was it. Ecclesiasticus 41 and 5. So when there's no father, what happens now?
Ecclesiasticus chapter 41 and verse 5.
Go ahead, 5 and 6. Read on.
It says, the children of sinners are abominable children, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly.
That's right. Read on.
The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish.
Shall what?
Shall perish.
That's right. They'll go to jail.
And their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach.
Perpetual reproach. That's what it's going to be. When there's no father in the house to make sure that there's a good legacy, children are finished. It's done. It's over. You're just creating children for the jail system. You're creating them for the streets, kidnapping system, drug system, abuse system. That's what you create. And the system loves these kids too. Who got to sell the drugs for the white man? That's your children. Right? Who got to give them free labor in the prison? That's your children. They love you for that. They thank you for your contribution.
All right.
You understand? Because you're raising children for their system. All right? Let's now, how do we restore strong men? 1 Corinthians 11 verse 3. 1 Corinthians 11 verse 3 and Ephesians 5:22. This is really there's 3 things we need to restore strong men. Only 3 things. Right? 1 Corinthians 11:3, Ephesians 5:22.
Book of 1 Corinthians 11 verse 3. It says, but I would have you know that the head of every man is a Mashiach.
He's a Mashiach, read on.
And the head of the woman is the man.
He is the man, read on.
And the head of a Mashiach is the Most High.
Is the Most High. So we need to restore the Most High structure. That's the number one. All right? Ephesians 5:22. So the number one thing we need is to put the man back in his place as the Most High intended it to be.
Ephesians 5.
You sisters, let your husband be the head.
Ephesians 5.
Don't be part of those statistics. All right? Don't be part of the stats. In your pride, talking about, man, I'm this, I'm equal to, and you're not equal to no man.
Before
The other day, my daughter said, well, I'm equal to a man. I'm like, okay, let's do a hand match. That's called power. Unmatched power. Right?
let me read verse.
You're not equal to your men. The Most High did not create nothing equal in this system. There's big animals, small animals, ferocious animals, docile animals. That's right. Play your roles. Be feminine and listen, women, you got it good, man. Like your husband taking care of you. You don't have to fight. He got to get punched. What you trying to be like a man for? You don't have to listen. You don't have to do none of that. Just look feminine and look beautiful. Like what? You can't be content with this. Like, be content with this, man. That's beautiful. That's beautiful life. Right? Look pretty. Dress nice. We're gonna give you the money. Look pretty. count the money, like we bring it to you, count it, and buy nice. That's not easy to count the money. You need a machine to count the money.
All right, all right, all right.
She need a machine. We're gonna give you a machine to count the money.
Let,
Make it easy on you.
let's read verse 11 on the 11. 1 Corinthians 11:11. It says, nevertheless, no, for verse 10. It says, for this cause had the woman to have power on her head because of the angels.
That's right.
Right.
Right? So you need that. Ephesians 5:22. So let the men be the men. Let the men play his role the most I give him. It's tough, right? And your job also is tough. We're not minimizing women's job. It's not easy. You understand? To take care of the house. But it's not easy to be in a man's shoes. Right? So everybody do their talent according to their abilities and what the Most High set up for you. Go ahead.
Ephesians chapter 5 verse 22. It says,
Read on.
wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands.
That's the second way we restore manhood. That the woman need to submit herself to her what?
Your own husbands,
Read on.
as unto the Lord.
As who?
As unto the Lord.
As unto the Most High. As you looking at God in front of you. I didn't say it. The Bible said. This is how we restore manhood, and this is how we save our families. This is how we prevent our daughters from getting pregnant early. This is how we prevent our sons from going to jail and doing drugs. Submit to your husband as unto the Most High. Right? You talking about you love the Most High, but you don't want to submit to your husband.
Yeah.
The truth is not in you.
And the
Because
pastor,
nobody told you that.
and the pastor doesn't have more power than your husband.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Talking about you going to cook for the pastor, but you're not going to cook pasta for your husband. Right?
There was one time I was talking to one of the sisters. Or someone was telling me that the sister would say, "Oh, I gotta find out what my husband's gonna do first before." I'm like, "Good. This
That's
is what
right.
we need to hear more."
That's right.
You understand? So, because the thing is, a lot of time you as a woman. Remember, you are the glory to your husband. Men being disrespected because you as a woman you doesn't respect your man. If
That's
you
right.
show that you doesn't respect your man, then the whole society would disrespect him.
That's right. You
and
give him that.
and you
honor.
want him to be a man to you. How you gonna want him to be a man to you, but you yourself you're not respecting him as a man?
And the
doesn't
crazy
go
thing
inside.
is, I watch a small clip of the Pop the Ballin show. No, these women talking about I need a leader, and look at, and if them men would say you can't wear this, well I can't be with you, you misogynist. You want a leader, but he can't lead you literally. Like you can't tell you what to do. You wanna dress how you wanna dress, go wherever you wanna go. Spend how much you wanna spend. Then you want a leader, huh? Yeah, okay.
Ah man, you stay
See,
home.
this is why I say women submit to your own husband. As unto the Most High. If the Most High told you, take that booty short off, you wouldn't take it off?
But you do have a lot of men that accept those things. For example,
Because men have lost their values.
Right.
Men have accepted the status quo of this society.
For example,
You understand?
you have a lot of men. They would go to Walmart with their women behind them with booty shorts on, and they accept that. But
Bro,
as soon
it's
as
a
another
sign-
man look at them and they be like, "What you looking at, bro?" But you dress your woman like a homemonger going out there in the street. What do you expect?
Right, so it's a sign that men have given up on their role.
Yep.
It's all it is. Because society have told them they're nothing, that we don't really need you. It's really belittling men. This is what destroying the manhood. But the way we uplift men is to put him back in his position. He's the head. The woman, you submit as unto God. Right? The next part. I know you got questions. But before you have questions. Because I know that's coming. I know what's in your mind. But what if he's wicked? All right, let's get to it. I know.
But we were all talking about righteous men and righteous women.
Ecclesiasticus 44 verse 4.
Ecclesiasticus 44 and
Because and the crazy thing is in the mind of our women, when we talk about leadership of black men, they always think he's evil. Why should I submit? Why is that the first thing that come to your mind? Not every man is the same. Right? And also the Bible is clear, an evil woman is given to an evil man, and an evil man is given to an evil woman. So if you get an evil man, what does that say about you?
And the scripture says it's given as a portion.
As a portion, that's your part.
Meaning the more you get in better, the more you get in more righteous, the woman is becoming better to you.
So if you have that stigma, all men are evil, that says a lot about you. Because the Most High never put good people with bad people. Bad people go with bad people. Good people go with good people.
Right.
You just haven't been good. That's why you've been stumbling across Negroes. You understand? This is the problem. It's not men. It's not a men problem. Some men are here married for years, doing great, loving families, loving children. They're doing good. It's not them. It's you. We need that repentance.
Somebody is the
Right?
problem.
So once we repent, that's both men and women. We're not blaming women because men too, you stumbling across these niggerettes. That's because you're wicked as hell.
Or chicken heads.
You understand? Because if you are righteous, there's no way you'd be with no wicked woman. With all the instruction the Most I give you, you say test your friend and tell you everything from how to date a woman, and you still get a wicked woman. I mean, you're wicked. You're not following instruction.
Oh, she's pretty.
She's
Yeah.
she's a pretty devil. You know, and soon you're gonna find out.
Be like the devil will always have a nice face.
That's right. Ecclesiasticus 44:4. The Bible says clear. Beauty is vain, but
That's
a woman
right.
not fear the Lord.
That's right.
That's what matters to any man.
Bring it out. What is it?
Ecclesiasticus 44:4.
And we're not talking about them wicked men treating them women like trash. That's not what we're talking
The
about.
law is made for sinners.
Yeah.
Everything we're saying here, if it hurts, it's for a sinner.
Right.
Go ahead. Read.
Leaders of the people by their counsel. Say that again. You said 44:4, right?
Yes, go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus 44:4. It says, leaders of the people by their counsel.
Leaders of the people by their counsel. We got the whole day. Don't show me the phone.
And by
if
their
if you do that again, I'll keep going. He showed me the time. Go ahead.
by their knowledge of learning.
Right, by what?
And by their knowledge of learning, meet for the people, wise and eloquent in their instructions.
All the instructions. Leaders of the people by their counsel and by the knowledge of learning. Meet for the people. A leader need to be by knowledge and wisdom and understanding.
Right.
So when we talk about strong men, we're not only talking about strong men that say, submit to me and slap you left and right. Submit to me, or I'm not gonna give you money. Just submit. I know a lot of Hebrews, brother, like, oh, these sisters are wicked. But you see how they do these sisters.
And I don't think
Is that how they're supposed to submit to you when you're wicked as hell?
I don't think they understand what the word submission meant. Submission doesn't mean that okay, you drive the woman like with a rod and telling her to do that. Listen, you doesn't have to force her. She's supposed to do that, in a natural state when you being just and right to her.
Right.
That's what it is.
She will submit naturally.
She will submit naturally. If you deal with her good, she'll deal with you with good. When you look at every situation, every relationship, look at both parties. Don't look at one person. Always one will tell you, okay, this person is being wicked. They never look at themselves.
Nobody's ever.
But let me tell you something.
I've never known any ex
Listen, all the ex
that
are
wasn't
bad.
guilty. Like they're all pretend they're other ex. No ex say, man, I was the bad one in the relationship.
But a fire doesn't start without someone,
Instigating it, yeah.
instigating it. You have to look at both parties and say, okay, where one has fault, so that way you could fix the situation. You understand?
Does Mike here?
You said one last thing last time.
It's okay.
My brother, it's about to be
It
3
just-
2.
That's one last thing before the last thing. All right. So, but something I wanted to add. It's important for brothers, especially brothers in the truth, to understand the difference between maintaining order in your household, but when the women submit to you, that you don't become some kind of repressive little tyrant in your own household. And we find that, especially among other camps, where you would have men that are so controlling to the point that if a woman is getting paid her own money, that they would ask that the woman cannot even buy a water or something like that without asking them first. You should be ashamed of yourself.
That's too much, man. That's too much.
You should be.
You need to no.
Should-
They need to
if-
come to the strongman club.
That's right. Come to the strongman club and
That's
learn.
what they need to learn.
Learn what it means when the woman submit to you. If she's out there, she work with her own money, and she's out there, she needs to buy something. She has to call you. What's wrong with you?
No, that's too much.
You doing too much. That's
No,
that-
this man has too much time
understand?
in his hand. That's the problem.
So we need to learn the balance of working together. Budgeting. Maybe
Right.
she's gonna be paying a certain amount of money in the house. Work together, but you can be like, nah, you get paid $1,000. I get paid $1,000. That's my money. If you don't wanna buy, if you wanna buy anything for yourself, you're gonna have to tell me first. What's wrong with you?
You're too much.
You-
When
you
we look
just-
at the
you don't sense
Proverbs
so.
31 woman, she had plenty of liberty to even buy lands.
Right.
The Bible says she
works with her hand.
see a land and buy it, literally.
Yeah.
She's such a good woman, especially when you know you got a good wife. You don't need to micromanage.
And as a matter of fact, you as a man, your intention should not be on your woman's money. You
Right.
should be the one providing. She a support mechanism for you.
Right. Don't worry, sis. I got you.
Yeah, this is like we're talking about lazy men. The only lazy men do that. Like how always their intention is on the woman's money. Listen, I have to work to make sure I provide, right? But your intention should not be okay. My wife is working. I gotta. If you
Some don't even want to work.
exactly,
They
it'd be like,
they'll
I'm
actually
not
do the
gonna
work.
work. So because my wife is working, so
This is not, the truth is not in you.
you
my
can't be making budget in your woman money.
You in the truth, but the truth is not in you. You understand? So this is not what we're teaching. We're talking about submission with respect.
Right.
We're talking about with submission with knowledge.
That's
Right? First Peter 3 verse 7. Let's see how the Bible say the husband need to deal with the woman. We're not talking about submission and oppression here.
Yep.
This is not what we're talking about.
First Peter what?
First Peter 3 and 7. Then we have one last verse, and I'm done.
I hope
no,
it's
trust me. Yeah, I'm not gonna do like you. And you say that's the last one. You got 5 more.
First Peter what? 3 and 7.
First Peter 3 and 7.
It says First Peter 3 and 7. Likewise, he husband dwell
Ye
with,
husband, go ahead.
dwell with them according to knowledge,
To knowledge. What is that knowledge? Who know what that knowledge is?
the commandments of
The
the Most High.
commandments of the Most High.
That's right.
Right? Deal with them according to the law and the commandments of the Most High. Read on.
And before we finalize that, and your goal is that knowledge is when you see they going on the wrong path, your goal is to correct them and to be like, babe,
That's right.
listen,
This
this,
is what the
this
Bible
decision I think is gonna be the wrong decision.
That's right.
And not be like micromanaging every single thing,
Right.
make the person feel miserable.
Right? The Bible says deal with them according to knowledge. They submit to you, but you deal with them in knowledge.
Right.
Of what the Bible says.
Giving honor unto the wife.
Giving what?
Giving honor.
You need to give honor unto the wife. Beating her is not honoring her.
Yeah.
Right? Read on.
As unto the weaker vessel,
Read on.
and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered.
And the scripture telling you that the woman is a weaker vessel, meaning there's a delicate balance on how to deal with her. She's not like you, strong like you.
Yeah.
Mentally strong, physically strong like you. There's a way you might touch her and she, oh my God, it hurts. And like, I just barely touch you. It hurts. She's the weaker vessel, right? So a lot of you, I just push her like that and she fall like she fly to Mexico. She's the weaker vessel. There's a way you deal with her because she is the weaker vessel. And there's certain things emotionally that will happen. This is why you're here for.
And that knowledge is talking about on a more theoretical part versus a physical part. That knowledge is more like, making sure that you clean up the mind. You understand? Because she's weaker because the mind have to be straight. Because if the mind isn't straight, then she become wicked and wicked and wicked. This is why the Most High said you have to dwell with them according to their knowledge, their commandments, making sure she walks orderly in the order of the Most High.
That's right. Last verse, Ecclesiastes 36:24.
36.
24. So let me take the question before we go ahead. What was your question? I covered everything. I was hoping I would. All right, good. Ecclesiastes 36:24.
Ecclesiasticus.
So what is
36.
the role of the wife now toward the husband or the husband? Right, read on.
Ecclesiasticus 36 and verse 24 says, "He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession."
Read on.
Says, "A help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest."
So he that get a wife, you get a possession. Now that's why you carry this man's last name. A lot of you don't want to hear, I'm a possession of him. And thus said the Bible you are. You carry his last name. And a lot of you will be so proud to say, I belong to this organization. You're a possession of that organization. Even in football, in basketball, they be selling players. You're not a possession. Right? Esau make you think nobody's anybody's possession while they're selling players. We're trading.
And what it's saying that
Right.
the woman, it says the possession, meaning you belong to that
You
man.
belong to that man. That's
So
right.
no, this is why he gotta put himself on the line for you,
That's right.
just to make sure he protects you. As if you being righteous, dog.
Right. Not about all that.
You see,
man.
Mashiach said you gotta be able to sacrifice yourself, just
That's
as a
for her,
Mashiach,
just like a Mashiach.
even to death. You understand? It's
That's
not an
right.
easy thing.
It's not.
If I gotta give my life for you, then all you require for it to submit. So
You say you gotta pay a
work.
dowry too. Yeah.
Dowry.
Yeah, you gotta pay money. Let me wrap this up, and I'll let you go ahead. Minister
Go ahead.
Khan. It says the scripture say two things. The wife job is two things toward her husband. A help. Your job is to help him,
And a pillar of rest.
and a pillar of rest. Who knows what does that mean? A pillar of rest.
An emotional support.
Yes, be comfortable.
Yeah.
When he comes home, treat that man like a king. His bath is already made. You understand? His food, he's smelling that food a mile away. You understand? His clothes is well. When he's going out too, you check him to make sure his clothes is fine. He's looking good. You do his beard. That's what we're talking about. Your job is to help him and to be a pillar of rest to that good man. Right?
Nah.
This is how you honor your husband.
Now, I
understand?
think the women, both men and women, need some training nowadays.
Right?
'Cause none of
So
those things
this
are
is two things you need to do for a man. Help him
Yeah.
and be his comfort.
The last
all
part,
you need.
The last part is a struggle.
Be a comfort.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the most struggle part. They could help, but the struggle part is the last one.
A lot of women are actually good at this. Trust me. If you don't make them upset, and in a good day, you'll get a good, nice beard massage. On a good day, right? So make sure you as a man, you deal with them according to knowledge.
That's it.
Right? So once you do your job, it'll be easy for them to do theirs.
You get the
It's that simple.
expectation again.
That's right. Right?
You
You have a
sleep.
question?
She got to stay.
Wife as well in order for us to reciprocate too, because all we are is just a multiplier and a reciprocator to what you guys push out as well.
Right, definitely. And this is why we have to rekindle that desire in men for them to take their place, right? We cannot complain about how they don't celebrate us, but we all together give up. So men have to rise up and take their rightful place. You had something, Minister O'Connor. No, I don't forget you. That's his last statement. We're gonna close on that.
I always say that. I say last time I tell that to a woman, he was mad. I say, yeah, she was mad.
Yeah, no Swilton manner.
Yeah, why? What happened? I say a woman is a possession to a man. Yeah, all right. She's a possession to a man. That's why when you marry, she took your last name. And I said, that's why when you divorce, I take my last name back. and I sent you. Yeah, I say it just like a car. The title, when I sell the car, yeah, now your name become on it. And there's two men, they mad at me, and the woman, they mad at me as well. I say,
Yeah, that'll be
the
bad.
Bible say it. I didn't say it. Now they say I don't believe in the Bible no more.
As the sister put it well, some men have to want to, because the problem is they have been so broken down, they don't want to, because that teaching, yeah, it's crazy. But the problem is that men in these last days have been taught in such a reverse way. Now, when you're trying to teach them the right way, they'll be mad at you now. Some men, you tell them you're the leader of a woman, they're like, nah, we equal, man. 50-50. You understand? So a lot of them are broken. I wouldn't use Baal particularly. I I know Baal mean Lord, right? It does mean Lord. I know. No, I got you. I got you. Normally we would say Adon or Adonai, right? So mhm. But here's why my argument on why I wouldn't use Baal, because it was so much associated with the gods of the Canaanites. When we talk on Baal Zephon and all that, I got you. But and Baal itself is a Canaanite word, right? Proto-Canaanite Hebrew. It's not even our own original. So we would mainly use Adon or Adonai or Adon one. No, we don't say Ish either. What is it? Adonai? It's Lord. Just like we see Abraham, Sarah called Abraham Lord. That's Adonai. So Baal in itself, it means Lord, but it's associated with too much of other gods and idols. I would, because even a verse, I mean,
Right. The original definition of Baal is Lord or Master. So if you look at the word Baal, it means Lord or Master. So essentially, a woman saying Baal would essentially means my Lord, my Master. But remember, like Minister was saying, the associative of Baal, um, you know, being a word that was used to refer to the god of the Canaanites. So,
I have a perfect precept for
but at
Jeremiah 23, verse 27.
Jeremiah 23:27.
Uh huh.
It said, which think to cause my people to forget my name
Uh huh.
by their dreams which they tell every man to his neighbor, as their fathers have forgotten my name for Baal.
You see that? So your fathers have forgotten the Most High name for Baal. So in anyone that the Most High says some people are working to make us forget the Most High name for Baal. So I wouldn't go that route. Really.
But remember the definition, 1 second, sis. Remember, yeah, although it mean
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right, right.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause you ain't working and you're talking about I'm so gay today. No, you're not. No, you're not. Cut it out. Right. So it's the same way like Baal. No, no, I got you. I got you. I understand. So what you're saying is that you find out that that's what it means. And a provider, and you were taught it was Ish. But in our point, is just saying that Baal is a very bad connotation to the Most High. When, especially with this verse right, he say they're trying to make my people forget my name for Baal. So it's something that we wouldn't really use
I
in
mean,
a daily
it would
context.
it would make sense to to have the definitions of Baal
Right.
as master and Lord because that was a God to them.
Yeah, but again,
Yeah.
Baal is a Proto Canaanite, Paleo Hebrew name, right? It's not even the Canaanite one, not the Israelite one. So the Canaanite had Baal on there. We had Adonai, right? So Adonai Baal. So ours mean what we would say would be Adonai, not Baal. The Canaanites would say Baal because their gods was Baal. You understand? So this is where that is. But all praise to the Most High Hashem Yahushai. Let's fathers stand strong, stay strong. Let's revive families for the children and for our future. Hallelujah.